Lighting is one of the most underrated design tools in your home. You get it wrong, and a beautifully designed space can feel flat, harsh, or even lifeless. But when you get it right, it adds depth, warmth, and even personality to your space. In this video, I'll break down some of the best lighting tricks to elevate your entire interior design. From playing with shadow and depth, to embracing color temperature and layering, let's talk about how to nail your lighting game. Are you looking for a full-service online color consultation? Check out the link below because we are offering a personalized color consultation service with Maria, our full-time consultant. You can have a back and forth communication to make sure you're picking the right colors for your space. Details are all below. So first, we gotta rediscover the big light. For years, designers and TikTok have been saying to avoid overhead lighting like the plague. But guess what? It's kind of making a bit of a comeback. I understand some of the qualms and issues with overhead lighting, like your standard overhead lights. Especially cool toned bulbs. They can make a space feel harsh, sterile, and one-dimensional. And also, when you're only relying on a single source of light, it means there's little opportunity for depth and contrast. There's no visual interest. The fix here is, instead of ditching the big light altogether, you just need to use it intentionally and specifically. I would start with swapping in dim to warm LED bulbs so the overall look feels softer. And also, why not choose a statement fixture that enhances your design? Think sculptural pendants or modern chandeliers or even diffused lighting panels. It's also a good idea to have some smart technology in your home in the form of smart dimmers to control brightness and adjust the mood depending on the time of day or the occasion. There's a lot you can do with lighting, especially when you have smart technology at your disposal. Pro tip, use oversized paper lanterns or especially fabric diffusers to soften overhead light, creating a cozy, even glow. In fact, this light I have here is diffused and it looks nice and soft. Number 2, floor lighting. With lighting, most people think of lamps and ceiling lights, but what about floor lighting? It's an underrated trick that can completely transform a space. Some nice places to use it would be recessed LED strips under furniture if you want a bit of a floating effect, but this would only work well in a more contemporary home. Traditional design doesn't really have a place for LED strips. Step lighting for staircases adds both safety and ambiance. Floor level up lighting behind plants or furniture adds some soft drama and dimension to a space. Really underrated technique. And another pro tip here, place a small spotlight behind a chair, like an accent chair or a plant or a sculpture, to create a glowing silhouette effect at night. Really cool. Number 3, the art of playing with color temperature or Kelvin value. Ever walked into a room that felt kind of off without knowing why? It could be the color temperature of the lighting. Now, this is of course talking about lighting that you can control in the form of your bulbs, not necessarily the sun. So Kelvin values are just a temperature reading when it comes to light. 2700 to 3000 Kelvin usually resembles warm lighting, which is great for dining rooms, bedrooms, relaxed spaces in general. When you go up to 3500 or 4000, that becomes more of a neutral white light, clean, modern, and balanced, ideal for areas like kitchens, bathrooms, and maybe studies. And then you have 5000 Kelvin plus, which is more cool daylight, crisp and energizing, probably too sterile for most homes. So really make sure your Kelvin values are in check. Generally speaking, I use warmer tones in areas where you want to relax and just unwind, and then cooler tones in task areas, whether it's in a workspace of some sort or a kitchen. Avoid mixing different color temperatures in the same room as well, because that can create visual chaos. I would also consider smart bulbs, back to that technology thing, because it lets you adjust the warmth. Maybe your lighting starts cooler in the morning and then gets warmer as it goes into nighttime. Number 4, shadows and negative light, the secret to depth. One of the most overlooked aspects of lighting is the lack of light. Shadow. This creates visual contrast because you have light against shadow, creating definition in certain spaces. This can be done through a natural organic feel, like the way sunlight filters through trees, through your window. You may have noticed that shadows just naturally create texture in your space. Or you can use lattice-style light fixtures to cast beautiful patterns on the wall. You can even try directional spotlights or even track lighting to create sharp, dramatic shadows, or accentuated lighting, maybe on a piece of artwork on the wall, and then everything else kind of creates a darker vignette surrounding it. Partially blocked light sources, like a lamp behind a sculpture, can make make a wall feel like an accent feature without needing paint or wallpaper. Another pro tip here, try placing a thin curtain in front of a window-mounted light source. It will create a soft, gradient effect of light fading into shadow, just like natural sunlight. Number 5, wall washing and grazing. Architectural lighting techniques like wall washing can make a room feel larger and more dynamic. Now, what is this whole wall washing thing? No, you don't got to get out a big sponge or anything. Wall washing refers to soft, even lighting on a wall panel. Lights placed at a distance from the wall illuminate smoothly and evenly, which creates a clean, modern feel and can make the space feel a little more airy and open. It works great for art walls, living rooms, and hallways. So I see more and more people implementing these ground level spotlights to help wash light onto a wall to accentuate it without having to paint it. So pro tip, if you have flat walls and you want to try adding some strategic light placements, try this wall washing technique. But if you have textured walls like a heavy orange peel or even a Venetian plaster of some sort, you can use wall grazing or bringing a light source even closer to the wall to enhance that texture and create really graphic shadows. Good lighting is more than just flipping a switch. It's about creating depth, warmth, and function in your home. So a quick recap, we gotta rethink the big light, use it strategically with diffusers and dimmers, and get a fun overhead light too, not just the one that came with the house. Second, add floor lighting. It enhances depth and it creates a bit of a floating effect. Number 3, understand color temperature. The right Kelvin value changes everything. Warmer is cozy, cooler is energizing. Next, use shadows and negative light wherever you can. Texture and depth make a space feel way more interesting. And then of course, wall washing or grazing with your light. Make your walls part of the design, whether you want nice soft even lighting or some intense graphic contrasty shadows. And also experiment with smart lighting. It's really handy. What's your biggest lighting hack or mistake? Let me know in the comment section below, please. And that's it.